In general, coercion is an attempt by R to be flexible with data types. When an entry does not match the expected, R tries to guess what we meant before throwing in an error. But this can also lead to confusion. Failing to understand coercion can drive programmers crazy when attempting to code in R, since it behaves quite differently from most other languages. Let's learn about it with some simple examples. We earlier said that vectors must be all of the same type. So if we try to combine, say, numbers and characters, you might expect an error. But if we type X and assign 1 Canada 3, we don't get an error. We don't even get a warning. So what's happened? Let's look at what X is when we type that. It says quotes 1, quotes Canada, quotes 3 has converted the 1 and the 3 to character strings. And the class of X is character. Even though 1 and 3 were originally numbers when we wrote it out, it has converted them to characters. We say that R coerced the data into a character string. It guessed that because we put a character string there in the middle, we meant the 1 and the 3 to actually also be character strings. R also offers functions to force a specific coercion. For example, you can turn numbers into characters with the asCharacter function. Here's an example. We create a variable x, numbers 1 through 5, and we convert them to characters using the asCharacter function. Now you can see that y is a list of a vector of character strings from 1 through 5. We can turn them back using the asNumeric function, which converts characters or other data types into numeric variables. This function is actually quite useful in practice because many data sets, many public data sets that include numbers, include them in a form that makes them appear to be character strings. Missing data is very common in practice. In R, we have a special value for missing data. It's the NA. We can get NAs from coercion. For example, when R fails to coerce something, it tries to coerce but it can't, we will get a NA. Here's an example. Suppose we define an object of character strings 1, B, 3, and we want to convert them to numbers. R will be able to convert the 1 and the 3 to the numeric values 1, 3, but it won't know what to do with B. So if you call asNumeric on this vector, we get a warning. It says NAs introduced by coercion, and the answer is the number 1, a missing value, and then the number 3. R does not have any guesses of what to do, so instead of converting B to a number, it tells us it's an NA. Note that as a data scientist, you will encounter the NA often, as they are used as missing data, and as I said, this is a very common problem in real-life data sets. So be sure to know what NA means and be ready to see a lot of them.